Polls show that Americans have a very low opinion of Congress, and this next story probably is not going to help that very much. New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand says fellow legislators made rude and sexist comments to her about her weight. Nancy Cordes is on Capitol Hill with a memoir that reads more like an episode of Mad Men. Nancy, good morning.
Yep, it turns out, Gail, that even U.S. senators are not immune to insensitive comments from their male colleagues. And it wasn't just one or two. A whole series of male lawmakers apparently felt free to remark on her baby weight and her attempts to lose it.
You may not balance the budget on the backs of women, period.
New York's junior senator says she encountered comments about her weight everywhere from the Senate chamber to the congressional gym. In an excerpt from her new book, published in People magazine, Gillibrand says when she was on the elliptical, many of my older colleagues felt compelled to offer advice, such as this gem. Good thing you're working out, because you wouldn't want to get porky. The prize comment, she writes, came from a Southern congressman who said, as he held my arm, "You know, Kirsten, you're even pretty when you're fat." Gillibrand says she gained weight after the birth of her second son in 2008, when she was a new congresswoman commuting back and forth to New York. "I knew I was too heavy for my own health," she writes. She hired a nutritionist, started exercising daily, and lost 50 pounds, only to have one of her favorite older members of the Senate squeeze her waist and say, "Don't lose too much weight now. I like my girls chubby."
These men are still in a world of their own.
Margaret Carlson has heard it all in more than 25 years of writing about Washington.
I can't imagine a woman senator saying to a male senator of whatever weight, "You know, you're looking a little porky. That last baby must have really done it to you."
Women still make up just 1/5 of the Senate and less than 20% of the House.
Politics is still very male-dominated.
At a Politico panel in December, Gillibrand told me changing that ratio is the key to changing the tone in Washington.
If we had more women in Congress, we would begin to break this cycle of dysfunction.
And that's what most of this book is about, is getting more women into the halls of Congress. But a few juicy stories about the men who walk these halls probably won't hurt book sales. Anthony?
No, they won't. It's still astounding what people will say.
I know. I think Margaret said it best, guys, when she said men are in a world of their own. What do you have to say to that, Anthony Mason, you man?
Same thing I was going to say about the plane. Nothing.
Okay.